Thursday night, the Knights are going to take on the Scarlet Knights right here in Orlando at Bright Housre Network Stadium. Chip Fontanazza and Pat O'Hara looking ahead to the game here. And Pat, this has actually been the shortest week that UCF has had to prepare for an opponent this week. And when you have a short week to prepare, what kind of things do you have to change?
Well, listen, I think you don't, like Coach O'Leary says, add a ton to the playbook. You work on what you've been doing well. And listen, Rutgers is the team that has to travel here. They're on a short week as well. So I think both teams have that to consider.
And when you look at a team like Rutgers, they have 2 wins in the American Conference this year. They've had some good wins, obviously, but then there have been a couple of games, too, where they haven't quite played like the Rutgers team everybody expected.
I'll tell you what, it's a good football team. They've had some struggles as of late, but we've been getting everyone's best game, it seems like, so far this year. And Rutgers, very good at quarterback, kind of a streaky guy in Gary Nova. We don't want him to have a great night on Thursday and a great back in Paul Harris. So we've got to make sure that we're playing a really sound football, 4 quarters, to not have these, cardiac kids type of effects on games and really play a complete game like we did, similar to our last home game against UConn.
Actually, you mentioned the cardiac kids, according to the finish they had at Temple. But coming off of an emotional big win like that, is it tough for the kids to concentrate on the next week?
I don't think so, because I think, like Coach O'Leary said, they went in the locker room after that win last week against Temple, and there wasn't a lot of hoot and hollering and real happy about it. I mean, obviously you're happy when you win, but I think the players really understood how close they lost to their dream, of winning a championship, and how easily that can happen, and how they're going to get everyone's best game week in and week out. And Coach O'Leary didn't have to say much to the guys. So I think the guys are coming out, getting back to work, and ready to go to work Thursday night.
Again, another weekday game for the Knights this season. Their 4th nationally televised game. Just what's that going to mean for the program, again, just being the one game that everybody's going to be watching?
Well, it's been outstanding. You get the live TV here, and you get that kind of exposure. And, JJ's big catch the other day got a ton of exposure. It's really good for the program. It's good for the football players. So things are exciting around here. We got to keep it going, though. I mean, that can all stop, if you have an outing where you're not at your top of your game. So we got to be ready to go Thursday and keep to Coach O'Leary's theme of 12 one-game seasons. Now we've got 3 more. So this is one championship game of 3 more games.
And that championship game will be on Thursday night at Bright Housre Network Stadium. As always, Pat O'Hara and Mark Daniels will have the call on the IMG Sports Network. For Pat O'Hara, I'm Chip Fontanazza.
Hey, Knight fans, come out to Bright Housre Network Stadium November 21st as we take on Rutgers.